Hey, lakini why do we hate our language to a point of feeling disgusted when someone is talking or communicating using that language? Hmm? Hmm? Why? I feel like language is part of our heritage. It's part of our heritage, it's part of our culture. Uh, it's what makes you who you are. You feel proud uh, when it identifies you where you come from. Mm? Uh, you know, People say, "Oh, you have an accent." Accent is not a problem. Accent, it's a way of saying you're speaking another language eh, than the language that is being spoken in that area. Uh, Therefore, I feel sad when I see a group of 10 people from the same region sitting together to discuss something. At the same time, they cannot use their language, or one of the person who is very comfortable using his vernacular, his language that he was brought up with, he cannot use it. Hmm? Uh, you find yourself mukoko a small group matanga arranging a wedding somewhere, and then all of them you come from the same region, you share everything, you grow up in the same setting, the culture, you share the same culture, and then here, no, you start to talk something, and then here, hey, use English, you know. And whoever we are addressing doesn't mean that he doesn't understand English. No. Mm. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying that you cannot use a language that you are comfortable with. You can use any language that you feel like. But if I feel like I'm comfortable speaking my mother tongue, my Ekegusi, my Ruo, my Gikuyu, my wherever Taita language, I have a right to do it. And if I feel whoever I'm addressing is able to understand it, you don't have any reason uh, to say that I should use a different language. Hmm? You don't. Hmm? Sometimes we go to the funerals. Funerals is where you're supposed to be yourself. And in most cases, our funerals, they take our traditions. They follow our traditions. Yeah. Therefore, I can talk anything. I can talk whatever language I feel that I should speak. Hmm? Huh? It doesn't have to hurt you. Huh? Huh? We are the only people who are not proud of our language. We feel that when we talk, we communicate using our language, it feels disgusting. Uh, Especially for us who are in these Western countries, bana tunang'ang'ana kila siku since morning to evening na hiyo language yao ya Kisungu. Therefore, sometimes when we gather out here over the weekend, I feel relieved that I can be able to speak my own language. Mm? Uh, It feels good. And not that you are communicating to people who cannot understand your language. They can understand it very well, they can interpret it very well, but they decide to act somehow like they never heard about it. Some of you have been here for 5 years, 10 years, but you act like you cannot speak that language very well. Huh? Huh? Some people, hey, what are you talking about? I can't understand you. And if I turn around the corner at workplace in the closet, you are speaking your language with your mom so comfortably. Unararua kikisi kurarua vizuri, kisi sanifu. Mm? Let's try to be who we are. Let's try to be ourselves. Let's try to maintain our culture, our heritage. It's if it's for the kids, they all still want to know the English. It's part of the mainstream language that is being used out here. There is no way uh, that you can say they will not want to know it. They all know it. I just feel sorry the time we used to grow up when we were in primary school, and the teachers used to. There's something they introduced called the discs. Like if you're found speaking a different language or your mother tongue, you are given that disc, and then it keeps going round in circles until late in the evening and then they're gonna start who had it first and who had it at the end, and you're gonna be punished here. Mm? You know, I feel like we're the only culture, we're the only people who don't promote our language, who feel that our language is disgusting. Yeah? Mm? Mm. Yeah? You can't just be speaking the same language for the last 25 years. Now you've been somewhere for 2, 3 years, you can't speak it. Yeah? Yeah? And not that you're communicating to someone else, as I said earlier, you're just speaking to your own people. Yeah? Yeah? Therefore, you know, we're losing it, and I feel that we're the only people who are losing it. Especially language-wise, I know it's gonna disappear at some point, but if we're able to communicate it, if our generation is able to communicate it, why not to use it? Mm? Eh? Mi nikisimama hapa nje huwezi niambia lugha naongea. I can decide which language I can talk. Nikitaka kuongea Kikisii, I can talk. Ukiangalia hapo kwa kanisa nyote ni wa Kisii, but tunang'ang'ana na Kisungu. You know, we're not gonna run English at this time to be fluent in it. Some of us, we have that accent that is not gonna change. It's gonna be there because psychologically there's a stage that you can never change the way you speak. Yeah, you can learn new words, but you cannot change the way you speak. Yeah. So long as you are audible enough, people can hear you, people can understand you, that's what's important. Yeah. Are you be able to understood? Yeah. 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 Can you be loud enough, people to hear you? Yeah. That's what's important. It's language is gonna be there. If someone calls you on the phone, you definitely gonna hear this is a Mexican. Hata kama. You're gonna hear it's a Mexican. And you cannot miss to communicate. You cannot miss to understand this person. And actually they speak so well. They're so well, but only that they speak a little different that you can tell they are from Mexico. If someone calls you from Philippines, you can hear this is a Philippines. They speak so well, but you can tell they are from a different country, or a different region, or a different geographical location, as you can put it. Therefore, language, especially when you are just gathering a group of 10 people trying to discuss something, don't dictate me which language I'm gonna speak. I can speak anything because I know all of you understands it. Don't. It just feels so annoying that you can deny me to speak what I can be able to speak, and I'm very sure you can understand it. Let's try to be who we are right now. Hawa wazungu huwezi kuta waking'ang'ania Kiswahili yako. They just be proud of what they speak, what is their language. Ukienda Asia, ukienda India, they just proud of their language. Ukienda TC, they're just proud of their Swahili. Huwezi kuta waking'ang'ania this is German speaking so on, and they were not even born in German. Hey, have a good day.